So you guys together are bringing 12 knights. Another 12 answer the call from Salisbury, and another 30 answer the call from within Ridichan. So, pulling out my calculator here, you have 12 plus 12 plus 30. You have 54 knights plus 40 men-at-arms plus 150 mercenaries and 6 points of siege. Okay.
How many mercenaries?
150.
Well, good for us.
You are still
Right.
vastly outnumbered by peasant levies, but let's see here.
Not so great for us.
You match them in arms, men. You match them in... You actually outnumber them greatly in squires and pages, but they probably won't be doing direct fighting. You have almost double their amount of knights. Okay.
The ours is the more knightly cause.
So, the Countess would like you to still launch the siege attack on the walls as a distraction before you go in. So, here are your options. You can let Sir Selmus do both the battle command and the siege while you guys go in, or you guys can take over one or both of those roles before you vanguard.
How proficient is Sir Selmus in siege? Because I could also have my
Yeah, the
expert
siege.
in
He's
the
going to be
siege.
relying on your siege engineer, basically.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess it doesn't really matter then on that roll. So I guess I'll leave instructions to my siege and engineer, and Sasha is the one with battle skill, right? So what do you think, Kroama? Hello?
Kroama?
I'm muted. I think I'm one of like 2 or 3 people that have a good battle skill, though I wouldn't mind taking lead in the battle, though I think I'd fall pretty fast if I get in a fight.
So in that case, would you like to stay and lead the battle, given your recovery condition?
That's the
Is that
thing you
something
can
that
do.
I could do?
Yep.
Okay, so I can lead the battle without taking part.
All right.
Yeah, that's I think that makes sense for you, because how many?
I don't have the
points do you
buffer. I don't have the hit point buffer.
Yeah, that sounds like the wise course.
All right. So 2 weeks pass. You're ready to go. You approach. You know, they've got catapults with flaming shot being loaded up. You've got catapults as well. So, let's do the battle thing. We're not going to do a full battle unless this vanguard assault goes very poorly. But we do need to address the opening battle modifiers between myself and Kroama. So let's see here. Battle. Okay.
Oh, are they going to sally forth or something?
They are not. So it's a small size battle. Well, you're right. Yeah, we should just be rolling siege. All right. So let's do siege determination then. What did we figure out the siege engineer skill was? 15?
I think it was a little
Wasn't
bit
it more
less.
like 13?
Yeah, I think it was like 13.
Okay.
All right,
Then
so
you
13.
can roll 13 for siege, but let's get all the modifiers in place first. Oops. I think I went too far.
Okay, so for siege,
I was going to have Kroama do it, since he's basically leading the...
Oh,
yeah, you go ahead and do it.
You can roll it if you want to, though. It's technically your guy.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Do it.
you don't want the responsibility of rolling the 20.
Yep.
Okay. So their siege skill is at a... you guys have a siege skill of +2 because you have superior siege equipment. Their defense value is 8 on the outer walls with the siege skill of 3, so they have 11. And that means you guys have 15.
Just a 15?
Yep. They crit the fuck out of it. Okay. The defender's got a critical, attacker's got a success. The castle is not taken, moderate losses to the attackers. So, Sir Alex, Sir Aidwald, and Sir Corin, as you guys are heading into the secret tunnel, that's like by a waterworks. You know, there's like rivers everywhere, and so there's like a sewage tunnel that they're leading you in to sneak you into the city. You know, Game of Thrones style.
Yeah.
You see that the battle is going super poorly. There's just waves of peasant archers, just like they're not even shooting that well, but just the huge number of arrows is slaughtering any knights and men at arms that are approaching. The mercenaries are basically gone. Like the 150 mercenaries, about half of them died almost immediately, and the rest just turned around and ran. And the rest are like looting the bodies of the other dead mercenaries.
Wonderful.
Mercenaries.
So that's what you guys see is like, you know, we have the camera sweep in for like the cinematic battle around the castle, and then it keeps sweeping around and zooms in behind on you guys entering the tunnels.
Yeah.
So you guys are in the lead there.
Aidwald is going to kind of turn around to the men and sort of say, let us show that is not the true strength of Salisbury and Ridichan. For our honor, we will crush them.
Okay. So you're leading a strong contingent of knights inside.
Alrighty.
Good luck with that.
Alright, so you come out in like the castle dungeons and quickly begin moving through it. All the defenders are on the walls. Where would you guys like to go? I mean, it would be obvious to you as knights that as a commander of the battle, that Sir Basil will probably be in the war room.
I guess we'll head
if that's
there.
a target you want to hit.
We want to get him.
We probably want to send out a small contingent of knights to get him, though, and the rest to help our men by taking out archers on the wall.
Don't you know you never split the party?
Don't split the party. Just take him out and then seize the castle gate.
I don't want to dissuade from it. That's a perfectly legitimate strategy. I just felt like the song had to be sung.
Oh.
It's probably better because men are being slaughtered by the hundreds outside.
We do want to get the gates open because then we can really take over.
All right. So out of your contingent of 25 knights, how many are you redispatching to take the walls? And how many are you taking with you to kill Sir Basil?
6 to kill Sir Basil.
Okay, so it's the 3 of you plus 3 more supporting knights.
Okay.
That sounds right.
All right. 12 squires come with you, all of whom are carrying like short swords, and they're like, "We'll back you up. We'll take that rat down." For honor! Everybody starts running in different directions. The camera follows the party that like runs through the city streets, and so there's these knights with like chainmail jingling, running through like ah. We see like Irish archers on the wall, like what the fuck? They start shooting downward into the city, and they're like, "No, get away from the walls!" And like 1 or 2 guys stand at the top of like staircases on the interiors of the walls to prevent the Salisbury knights from coming up from behind. And like just contingents of Salisbury and Ridiceni knights with squires in support, just beetle swarming up the walls, taking them from behind.
All right.
I think we probably like get one guy with like a long spear that's at the top who's just doing this,
just trying
and
to
like
poke
taking
them
a bunch of knights out, just sweeping them off, and they're like falling 10 feet, like ah. They're not really getting hurt because they're in giant pieces of armor, but he's just like yeah, ha. He gets his own spin-off show too.
How many spin-off shows are we making?
At least 2 tonight. Okay, so who's in the lead and who's basically taking front position when you storm the war room? So as you're running through the palace, well, not palace, the castle, there's, you know, like serving people, like see you coming, and they're like, oh no, and they hide like in the corners. There's probably like a goat herder with like goats. And he's like, oh my lords, they're coming. And he starts ringing his goat bell really loudly. So who's in the front when you guys storm the war room?
I want to go in front.
All right, Corey.
All right, I'll let you be.
Your massive booted
second.
foot slams into the war room door, and as you do, Sir Basil unsheaths his swords and begins walking towards you, his cape majestically fluttering in the wind from the force of your kick blow. And he says, "You, Sir Corin, you're going to fight me."
Okay.
And as he says that, you hear some rustling from the rafters, and there are two archers up there, both with bows pointing down at Sir Alex and Sir Adewald. It doesn't seem like there's any chance that you guys can get up towards them very quickly, because they're like standing... So it's like a library, and they're like on exterior rafters, like shooting in through windows. So they're on like the battlements outside of the room. And he holds up his hand, he's like, "No! This will be a duel between me and the man who killed my brother."
Alrighty.
Then he holds his sword out toward Adewald and Sir Alex and says, "Do you accept these terms?"
Yeah.
Do you accept these terms?
Yes.
Damn it!
Yes.
Then by God, let these single combats begin!
Single combat always works out for us.
Alright, so let's see here. Okay, so he has hatred of you because you killed his brother, plus suspicion of foreigners. So his level of family is...
I would point out, he's not actually fighting the guy who's killed his brother.
Didn't Corin kill a brother?
I fought
Nope,
this guy.
I killed both.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess he's going to finish his battle with you and then move on. Okay, so he doesn't get his hatred of people who killed his brother. He still gets foreigners, which means he has a 22 on his passion.
Oh.
Alright, he's got it. Are you doing anything, Sir Corin, before he goes into battle with you?
I just rolled.
Okay. For honor? You're going to finish the job?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So there's this totally epic badass scene. You know what? It's probably raining, too.
Inside.
Yeah, it's probably... Yeah, there's like thunder outside. There's water coming in through these open windows. The archers are in like dark green cloaks, like with like this, just like keeping Sir Adewald and Sir Alex in their sights. There's some badass... Oh yeah, I actually have badass epic music in the background to play. That's right. Let me go get my personal SoundCloud thing that I can play because I own it. Sup, bitches? It is real. Oops. That seems really
All right,
soft.
Corin, do us proud.
Yep, Corin. He
It sounds
advances
really
upon
soft
you.
for a battle to the death.
Alright, let's see what his sword skill is right now. Sir Basil. His sword is 33.
Alright.
Wait, how does he have 33?
Because he has
He's got
23
23.
plus 10.
23 base? Dang.
Yep. So he approaches you and
30
says...
base last time.
Yeah. He says, "Sir Corin, let us begin what we began last time and end what should have ended on the battlefield."
Fine.
That's a crit.
Fuck.
Yeah, he crits you. You get your shield on it, obviously.
Yeah.
49 points of damage.
Is that the end of Sir Corin?
Probably.
So there's this really savage series of blows where
18.
Corin is like insane madman with the
Yep,
typical battle of his family. Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I like how the music got really epic right there, too. So, yeah, like, Corin is driving this guy back, but he is just fighting precise. Sir Basil is a completely changed man. He fights with smooth, precise strokes, and then just Corin goes for the traditional strike of his family, the, like, wide-angle blow to chop off somebody's head. and Basil just slips the sword right through his faceplate and back out, and there's this bloosh of red matter that comes out the front end. Thank you, music. That was a great time to do that. You fall dead at his feet.
Wow.
I guess Adewald will step forward.
All right.
And he will impassion.
So yeah, he like flicks off the brain matter, and the deceased Sir Corin just wipes his sword around a couple times and then points his sword towards Sir Adewald, and then with his left hand undoes his cloak so it falls at his feet.
Oh, yes.
All right, give yourself a point of honor. What's your sword now?
My sword is now...
Adewald.
35.
Excellent.
Don't roll a 3.
You know you get plus...
Plus 20.
Okay, good. Excellent. I was like, just making sure. I think it's plus 20 or double what you already have. Yeah, so it would be 20 because you don't
I
have
think critting on your passion of honor is fairly fitting when Corin just dies right before you.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow,
So he advances
that was
on you in a
beautiful.
furious
Okay,
rage.
great.
I think before he's upon you, he says, like, do you have any fitting last words, Sir Adewald?
I will see that your death is swift.
So he holds his sword in front of him, and there's like a thin trail of blood coming down from the rainy blade. And he says, soon you shall be as dead as my brothers, and you can see Corin in hell. He's got 33, so that's still a crit, right? Yeah. I have bad news for you, friend. That's only a success. Why don't you tell me what your sword style looks like before we roll damage? Just so we know how this fight goes.
Fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Tell me what it looks like.
Goes for the overhead slash and then the redirect.
Oh, you're just trying to do it fast? You're just like, rah, rah, rah.
Beats him for the first, and then he goes for sort of the thrust.
Okay, I think he just starts like backing up and is like taunting you to come at him. And then like in one moment, remember the cloak he took off earlier? He keeps backing up over it, and then you like step on it, and because there's like rainwater on the floor, you slip slightly. Your sword guard goes down just enough. He does the exact same thing he did to Corin. Slices you right at the faceplate for a lot of damage.
I die, I think.
Uh-oh.
Minus 18, 27-ish.
Freaking Christ.
I can't believe that roll. Ugh.
Curse you, Arthur, for killing my great sword.
Sir Alex Default, are you prepared to go to battle over this?
Everyone else just swarm him. Just fuck.
Sermon just...
You can't give that command, you're dead.
Sir Alex, there's you and 3 other knights and a bunch of
I
squires.
take 27
Sermon would have just beaten
hit
this
points.
guy up.
I am down to 2.
Okay, you need to roll for major wound then.
So what? Roll
Okay. Yep, let's see here.
A con?
Major wounds. It's like page 123 or something. First, you need to mark chirurgery needed. Roll a d20. You need to roll a 2 or less, or you go unconscious.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, of course I'd go unconscious.
He's already below his unconscious, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 7
then
is
you're fine.
unconscious for me.
All right, so you roll on page 5.3, statistics lost for any drop.
So 2d6.
Yep. No, it's a regular d6. It's you just lose a statistic automatically. 3, you lose a point of strength. Yeah, so he hits you like in the head, but as the sword pulls out, he catches you on your bicep, and something very critical is cut there. Anosh, do we have you here, Sir Alex?
This sucks.
I'm muted, damn it.
Okay. Yeah. Are you? What's your choice here in the battle? He's challenging you to single combat again. He's been picking off each of the knights as they come in. There's you and 3 other Salisbury knights with you, plus some squires.
Just kill him, please.
There's him plus 2 archers in like the eaves above you.
Yes, he'll engage him.
Will you do it single combat, or are you going to tell your knights to swarm him?
Swarm him, please, please, please.
Single
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all die.
Okay, let's do this. Roll the dice. Less than 10, he'll take him on his own. More than 10,
You're going to roll a 7.
swarm him.
All right, swarm it is.
Yes,
all right.
I know not have to roll for what he does. Arthur.
Yep.
Alex just like draws his sword to engage him, and then he looks to his knight companions, like looks to the left, looks to the right, nods, and then the 3 of them.
They all go berserking in after you. I think the last one's probably an older knight, and he's just like, fuck this shit. I'm not getting picked off one by one. Rah! And he goes charging past you. That's the guy who gets shot repeatedly by a bunch of arrows. But he's... Oh, you know what? He probably is like the knight that's like sitting there and taking all the arrow hits for the rest of you. So you and 2 other knights engage him. Do you want to do any passions before you go in?
Sounds like a good plan if you've got decent ones.
He's got loyalty. A regular knight is what I've got, right?
Yep.
So the regular knight has... He's got loyalty lord, but it's...
I don't know that would apply here so much, because you're not really doing anything for Countess Ellen.
Yeah, so nothing really. Just his sword skill.
Okay. All right. So I think he's going to split his attacks 3 ways. To let's see here. He's got 23, right? So 10, 10, 3. It's going to be 10 on you, 10 on another guy, and 3 on the last one. And then he gets a plus 10 on all of those.
Sounds good.
So he can't miss any of these attacks.
No, the last one.
Oh, shit. Can he only split attacks twice?
I think so.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay, he's going to do 13 on you, 10 on another guy, and then just take free hits from the last one.
All right, you beat him.
Okay, so this is a 13. So 23 versus default. That's a crit. This is versus the other guy, which is 20, which is a hit. And here are the knights rolling against him. This is knight 1, who will miss, and knight 2, who will hit.
Well, I get my shield.
Yes. Okay.
Just for a second,
so
I'm
let's
just going to
resolve
roll
it.
3d6 for my hate Saxon. Sorry.
Okay. All right, Sir Alex, default. You take 48 points of damage.
Oof. Well, there goes the party. But hopefully we can at least take him out.
16. Yeah, he's probably dead. 32.
Okay, so he gets another hit against... Oh, did he actually hit the other guy? Let's see. He hit with an 8. The other guy missed. Okay, so yeah. He does 27 points of damage. And the last guy gets a free attack on him.
Have the last guy berserk on him.
Yeah.
Berserking is dishonorable.
They're already ganging up on him.
Berserking is dishonorable. That's a Saxon tactic.
If he's not hitting them, they would attack twice. Just saying.
They don't want to provoke an attack. He ain't no fool.
Oh, true.
Bust-a-ass chump. Okay. The last guy hits him for 17. He has an armor rating of...
16 at least. No, but he took...
He has
He would have
16.
taken 10.
Oh, he's
Regular
only
armor
8
is 10.
so he takes 7. And he has hit of 7. That's enough to trigger his knockdown. And his dex is 11, so he goes down.
All right, and they beat on him.
Just hold your horses. I gotta see if the other knight dies.
Kill!
So
If you want me to hand wave it, I guess we can. Okay.
I kind of
I'm
So
fine with hand waving it, honestly.
Do we have a vote? Because we got one hand wave, one not hand wave.
I feel like you can't hand wave something that isn't guaranteed for one way or the other.
All right. Okay, so what's happening with the other knight?
I'm ready for this to blow up in our face.
Berserk the guy. He's on the ground. You double. And he can't counterattack.
They're not going to berserk. It's not in their nature. Okay, so he has 10 plus shield. And he's...
I thought you couldn't use shield when you're standing up.
I'm still doing the damage to one of the... You're way ahead of me. I'm still...
Okay.
The knight that he
I will
hit
take my time.
who wasn't Sir Default is currently getting his shit kicked in. Okay, so the guy had 28. He's got 10 armor, no shield. And he got hit for 27, so he takes 17 points of damage. His unconscious is 7, so he's not there. His knockdown is triggered, but he stays up. Does he take a major wound? Yes. He now needs to roll hit points to stay conscious. He does not and falls over. So it's one guy standing over Sir Basil beating the F out of him. Let's see how it goes. He's a free attack. Plus 15 on the... Oh, he's got a 19 sword. He hits for 5d6. 23 points of damage. Minus 10 is 13. Okay. His knockdown is not triggered. He still hasn't taken a major wound. He's not unconscious. He does stand up.
Doesn't make a difference on knockdown for if you take a blow when you're trying to stand up?
Well,
It's an interesting question.
Seems like it would trigger knockdown again.
All right. You know what? If we want that to be a canon roll, I'm good with it. I'll roll for it. Okay, he fails horribly. He tries to struggle back up, and then like we see the spirit of Sir Aidwald like reaching over him, like, rah, and he's just so frightened. He's like, "What the bollocks!" Falls down.
I mean, it would be Sir Sasha because Aidwald isn't dead yet.
You mean Corin?
Corin.
All of you,
Corin.
all of your spirits are there.
No,
I know you think you're not dead yet, Sir Corin, but one of the archers is just going to shoot you in the... Not you. Not you. Aidwald. One of the archers is just going to shoot you in the throat. Yeah, there's no way you're surviving this. You're definitely going to get shot in the throat. They're still up there shooting at the one guy behind the shield. But, yeah. There's people shouting, like, reinforcements to the Bailey. Okay. The guy who's up rolls again to hit. He hits. He deals enough damage to 10 kill him. Alright, he's dead. So, one knight completely undamaged. Two knights. There's the old guy. Corin gets shot in the... Or, not Corin. Aidwald gets shot in the throat eventually. Those two knights continue to hold the war room. I think the battle is a disaster for both sides.
You're just going to hand wave that say they decide to bother to shoot me?
Yes. You're dying on the floor. No, alright, you know what? If you want to try to live, that's fine.
I'd like to live.
There you go, Aidwald. You survive. You survive. So, the defenders eventually leave the city out the same exit you came in, through the sewers. So, as the men are pushing them... Yeah, you guys get the 1,000 glory. Yeah, that's what you want, right? As your knights push the defenders off the walls, they retreat back to the castle, which is being held by a bunch of angry squires, who they easily just slaughter over. And while the knights on the outside are being taken out and the mercenaries are being completely destroyed, you do eventually get men up on the walls, and so both in and outside of Oxford falls to the combined forces of Salisbury and Ridichan. Sir Basil is dead, and without his military leadership, The remaining knights just retreat to their own manors to lock down and defend against reprisals. So, some of you may have died, but you died for justice.
I died because Sermon died before me.